So a couple of years ago, when ChatGPT first came onto the market, everyone, the early marketers started being like, "What is this ChatGPT thing, right? And what is this whole AI thing?" I'd gone to a conference. I'd been invited by a friend of mine, Perry Belcher, to his Driven Mastermind, and it was a conference about getting in front of the AI revolution and RPA and all of those sorts of things. And he was talking a lot about in the audience that those of us who are marketers, we are the early adopters of this technology. We are the ones that were downloading it onto our computers and trying to play with it, and we're playing with all of the different technology before it becomes completely mainstream. And he was saying that we in the room, are about the 1% of the population. And immediately in that room, and when everyone was talking about the adoption of AI, as a futurist and a business strategist, I saw the immediate problem, right? Because I didn't just look at what was right in front of us. I was looking at what is going to be coming down the pipe after it does become mainstream. And that's where I solve problems from. So, again, as a business strategist, I solve problems that don't even quite exist yet. So let me tell you what my immediate reaction was in this market. So we've now provided the technology to a bunch of business owners that is going to level the playing field, right? This means that we are going to be moving out of the generation of being an expert and an authority and being knowledge based, because now anybody who can write a simple prompt or can figure out that ChatGPT write prompts for you is going to be able to become an expert in their field or a perceived expert. This is going to create a whole bunch of problems in the market, because now, you know, let's just say you've got Bob the accountant on A Avenue and Susie the accountant downtown, and let's just say Susie is a far superior expert. It's not going to matter, because to the public's eye, if they both know how to use ChatGPT, they're both going to look like experts, and now it's going to cancel them both out, right? Because now people are going to be able to. We were already creating content at an exponentially fast frame, and now the people that have access to ChatGPT, it's going to level the playing field, which means that it is going to water down the positioning of all of those other organizations that are doing marketing. So what's going to happen is everyone's going to get their hands on ChatGPT. They're going to flood the market with content. The consumers are not going to be able to differentiate who to buy from. And then we're all going to need new marketing strategies, because we are going to drown our target markets and level the playing field. And this is where my companies jumped into action, because I needed to create a solution to this problem that's currently being created in the marketplace. So if you are the CEO of a high 6, 7 figure business going to 8, and 8 figure business going to 9, you need to be aware of this, because the way that you've marketed currently is no longer going to be effective once this becomes even more mainstream. And if any of you have marketing companies that are working for you, they're already using Chat GPT. So it's already becoming a phenomenon of the internet being flooded with watered down content. So we are now moving into a generation, and we will be forced to move into a generation of wisdom and intuition, right? This is where people are going to be looking above the experts, and they're going to be looking towards the thought leaders, the people that are bringing higher level concepts and higher level strategies and higher level paradigms to the marketplace. And these are the people that you're going to want to be following. And if you are in the position where you're looking to become a market leader in your business or a thought leader in your industry, you need to be doing this as well. And you need to be thinking outside of the box. So this starts with really establishing yourself as a well-positioned brand. So if you've not looked at your market positioning lately and you don't know exactly what it is that makes you the leading expert in the field, that makes you the thought leader, if you are not clear and cannot recite to me on the spot why someone should buy from your company as opposed to someone else, you are not properly differentiated and you are not properly positioned. So you can chat GPT your little heart out, but you're going to come up with the same level of content and everything else that everyone else is, right? Because it's just run of the mill, which means that you are not standing out and you are now invisible and you are on a runaway train that's going nowhere fast. The next thing that I would say is really important is once you've got that positioning down, if you are a content creator, you are going to have to create more authentic branding than ever. It's really no longer about the fancy polished content because AI is going to be able to generate all of that, and that is going to be more pervasive. And so when something becomes mainstream, it then dilutes the impact, right? So what's going to be more important is non-scripted content, content that is bold, having an opinion and not being afraid to share it, even if it contradicts everything else in the marketplace. And really standing out with your message and standing out with your thoughts on the industry and why your industry is antiquated and what you're doing to bring your industry, your service, your product into the next generation is going to be absolutely critical. And if you are a service-based company, you can no longer just inform them. You have to be able to show them that you can solve the problems that your ideal clients are having, right? So your clients have a problem or a desire, you need to show them that you can solve it. It's not just by having information anymore. You need to have wisdom and you need to showcase that wisdom. Video is going to become essential. And I know for a lot of people, they are not going to necessarily feel comfortable doing that. I feel like I came out of the womb, ready to be on camera. I'm very comfortable on camera. It's where I'm able to express myself most authentically. Some people are going to need a little bit of encouragement. Public speaking is very challenging. And I have good news for you, or maybe bad news, depending on who you are and how you like to market and communicate information. Video is essential, right? Video is essential because they're going to need to feel you, to see you, to watch you. And the good news about this is, especially for those of you who don't love video, polished is no longer better. They want to see real conversations. They want to see behind the scenes. They want to see you in action. So if you're someone that's like, you don't like being on camera, you could just have someone following you around all day, asking you questions and getting behind the scenes footage. And that's actually going to be more impactful than the super scripted stuff, with the high production that used to be required to stand out in the market. That's actually going to be hurting us moving forward. People are craving real, right? They are tired of the bullshit and they can spot it a mile away. They do not want, someone being like this perfect on camera, you know, no mistakes, perfectly coiffed message with all the things and all of the graphics. Like they just don't want that. They want to see the real behind the scenes. They want to have a real conversation. They want they want the wisdom. They want your intuition. They want to see the real you. So forget having to take the ums and ahs out of a message at this point. They want to know that they're getting a piece of being in your office with you, in your living room with you. And they want to connect more than anything else. They want to connect with you and really feel that you're the one that's going to solve their problems for them. And if you're watching this video, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a truth bomb here. If you're watching this video and you're like, I don't even know what to really say, like I've always just been using ChatGPT to come up with the, headers that everyone else is doing, and I'm saying the same thing that everyone else is doing, you know, to be blunt, you need to close your mouth, right? You need to stop pumping out copycat marketing and you need to kind of stop what you're doing until you can figure out how to innovate in this market. And if that's not really your jam, then you need to hire a strategist that is going to be able to help you. Now, this is part of what I do for my clients all the time is I go in and I analyze what's going on in their business and I help them find fresh approaches, fresh innovations, different ways to look at things, different services to offer that are outside of the marketing norm. I pull from different industries to create one of a kind solutions and offerings and marketing campaigns that are going to help them stand out in the market. So if you're not able to do that, you're going to need to hire someone that's going to help you do that because otherwise you are running a downhill race. And it's only a matter of time before the AI engines eat alive your marketing positioning, and then you're going to be dead in the water.